Hey, I'm Eric Baum. I'm the CEO and founder of Bluleadz, and welcome to episode number 6 of Ask Inbound. Today we're going to answer the question, why is my traffic down? If I just started with an inbound marketing campaign over the last month or two, why have I seen a drop in traffic? We get this occasionally from clients that have come on board with us, and it's a valid question, right? People are concerned. When we have clients that come on board with us, we're looking at a few key metrics typically. The first of which is visitors to the site. Secondly, they want to see leads, then customers, and then customers turning into sales, right? So typically there's 3 or 4 key metrics that we're concerned about, and visitors is by far the biggest one that most companies look at first, right? So when they make changes or start an inbound campaign, there may be a drop in traffic or it may plateau for a little bit. And their first question is, why is this happening? And this goes back to one of the major tenets in inbound marketing, and that is attracting qualified visitors to your website. So for instance, you might have a graph on your, if you're in HubSpot or if you're looking at Google Analytics, that goes, up and to the right, right? So traffic's going up, 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 up. And you're saying, great, this is fantastic, life is good. But I would argue that many times a lot of that traffic is unqualified traffic. So part of our jobs as inbound marketers when we bring on a client is to understand who's coming to your website. And so what we see a lot of times is if we're changing the messaging, we're changing SEO, we're dialing into who your target persona is, you are going to get less unqualified traffic coming to your site and more qualified traffic coming to your site. So you might have a graph that now goes like this and then dips down a little bit and then goes back up to the right, with the mix being more focused on qualified visitors, and unqualified visitors of that makeup comes down. So how do you determine if you're getting qualified versus unqualified traffic to your site? There's a variety of different indicators that can kind of tip you off to this, but 2 of the major ones are if you've got a high bounce rate. People are coming to your site and they're bouncing right back off because obviously it's not exactly what they were looking for, right? The second major key performance indicator is a low conversion to lead rate. If you're getting a lot of visitors to your site, but not many of them are actually converting to leads, then you know you're not getting qualified traffic to your site. It's unqualified traffic, and that's exactly what you don't want. Now, the second major piece of the puzzle is getting leads from those visitors, right? So if you're getting a lot of qualified traffic to your site, then the next thing that you need to actually filter out is getting qualified leads versus unqualified leads. And so let's talk a little bit about that, right? Because it really does start with qualified visitors. If you're getting qualified visitors, that should filter down into qualified leads to your site. And how do you know if you've got qualified versus unqualified leads? If you have a lot of unqualified leads, you're going to have a very low engagement rate. They might download one ebook on your site and then never come back, or they may look at just a couple of pages on your website and then take off and you'll never see them again. If they actually become a lead, right, and they start wasting, they're really just tire kickers. They're wasting your sales team's time. You get a low conversion to customer rate at that point, and it's wasting a ton of your staff's time and a lot of money internally. The last key metric that we look at is how those qualified and less qualified leads filter down into customers, right? And that can be broken up into profitable customers, which is your ideal customer persona, right? And low profit or non-profitable, no profit customers. They may be made up of people that are not a good fit or that have unclear expectations right up front during your sales process, so it leads to you spending more time on their account and less profit, right? So at the end of the day, when you're trying to get qualified visitors to your site, your goal is get qualified visitors to your site, those qualified visitors turn into qualified leads, and those qualified leads turn into profitable customers. Thanks again for tuning in, and remember, if you've got a question, just hit us up at Hashtag askinbound.